Hello, all, and welcome to Witch Ways. I'm Colette, and I'm here today to talk about learning how to do a card spread for divination for the upcoming year or for any period of time. And this is to help you with looking at what the overall flow of a project or a period of time is, when might be the best timing to take particular actions, and things of that nature. So I hope you enjoy. I like to do my predictive yearly spread the day after Samhain at the Witch's New Year. But you can do it anytime you want. You can do it at the beginning of the calendar year on January 1st or anytime after that. You can also adapt it to any chunk of time that you want to do a divination for, like a season or a space of time between Sabbats or a moon cycle. I like to start with a clearing or a cleansing and casting a circle, and often will light a candle as well before I start. I decide on a time frame, whether it's going to be a year or a quarter or a month. And then I phrase my question. And generally when I'm doing predictive year card readings, I ask the question, what does the flow of my year look like? And just kind of leave it at that. You can use oracle decks or tarot decks, and just kind of get an overview for it, a sense of how it looks. How do I respond to it? What's my feeling about the overall cards that lay down? Just kind of a big picture, first impressions. And I think that's really, really important, is just that first impression. Once I've looked over the whole spread, then I carefully look at each card. And if I'm using a traditional tarot deck, I will check first to see if the card for the month is a major arcana, whether it is a court card, which is the kings, queens, etc., or a minor arcana. If it's a major arcana, that means that for that month, there are major spiritual influences moving through your life. And so you should pay particular attention to choices you make and how you proceed, and ask for magical advice and just take some caution. If you get a court card, that means that there are personalities, either your own or someone else's, at play that month, and that's what needs to be addressed and worked on, like how people are getting along, how you are feeling about things. If you get a minor arcana, which is the numbered cards, that is dealing with the day-to-day details of how your year, your month, your project is proceeding. The second thing I look at is whether a card seems beneficial or difficult. Trust how the card seems to you. The other thing that I like to do is notice reversals. And normally in a reading, people feel that if a card is reversed, it means the opposite of what it normally would mean. Another thing that I might do when I'm laying out a predictive year card spread is to pull out 4 helper cards. And this is a situation where I really like oracle decks, even if I'm using traditional tarot for the main deck. So I'll pull 1 card for Earth, and that card is a helper card that is the kind of energy I need to invoke for the year when I'm dealing with physical, mundane, day-to-day realities and details. I'll pull 1 card as a helper card for air, and I focus and call in that energy when I am dealing with difficulties around clarity or confused thoughts or something that's mental or linear or academic in nature. I'll pull one for fire, and that's to help me with creativity. And then I'll pull one for water to help me with emotions and divination. And the reason I like helper cards is because they're often animals or beings or something a little more amorphous that you can visualize as an active helper supporting you as you're dealing with these various things. Another thing you can do is call in beings if you work with them. I like to call in deity because deity has the overview over a long span of time. And I feel like they have very good advice when it comes to predictive information. During the reading, I might burn herbs, and if I do, I will most likely burn mugwort because of its very strong divinatory, psychic opening properties and long-term use with any form of divination. And I also will burn some kind of blend that honors the spirits. One of my particular favorites is cinnamon, ginger, and turmeric mixed, and I just put that on a burning piece of charcoal. I also will often put a bowl of water on the table just to help bring in intuitive energy, because that is one of the things that water represents, is that travel through the intuitive realms. I like to take a picture of my reading with my phone and then print it out and stick it in my journal, or maybe draw it into my journal and just keep it and refer back to it. I really love making these videos, and if you enjoy them and find them helpful, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe, and maybe even consider hitting the notification button. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Stay safe and be well.